What's up, everybody? We got a non-comic book movie to talk about today, and that's Disney's Haunted Mansion, a movie I had high hopes for because of its star-studded cast, so I went into it very nervous I'd be let down. But that wasn't the case as I walked out of the theater loving this movie. The cast is great, the comedy is great, the emotional moments play shockingly well, and the goofy style of horror works really well in the setting. There's not much to spoil in this movie, but if you want to go in fresh, I hope you come back to this video once you've seen the movie. Now let's get into it. I'm going to start here just running through the plot real quick, hitting what I felt were the key moments. So it starts off with Lakeith Stanfield's character, Ben, meeting his wife on New Year's Eve, which sets up a lot of the emotion in the movie. Then we see Rosario Dawson's Gabby and her son Travis, portrayed by Chase Dillon, moving into the haunted mansion. They're immediately haunted, and if you leave the house, the ghosts follow you. Gabby turns to Owen Wilson's father, Kent, who ends up being a fraud, to help them out with an exorcist. He turns to Ben for help because he worked on a lens that can photograph ghost particles. Ben goes to help the mother and son, but really just takes the $2,000 and fakes taking the pictures until a ghost follows him to his apartment. He returns to the mansion, and they go recruit Danny DeVito's Bruce and Tiffany Haddish's Harriet. Bruce wrote a book about ghosts and hauntings, and Harriet is a medium. Harriet leads him to the realm of the dead, which takes him to find Jamie Lee Curtis's Madame Leota. The Madam informs him that they need to get a belonging of the Dark Spirit, voiced by Jared Leto, so they go to the NOPD and work out his name, then head to his house and grab his top hat. They bring it to the Haunted Mansion, turn all the ghosts on Crump, and the movie gets a happy ending as all the characters and ghosts are happy and free of Crump. Let's be real, this wasn't some super sophisticated plot or anything, but it works and it's driven by the cast who plays the script really well. A cast led by Danny DeVito. He shows up and immediately starts stealing scenes in this movie, and maybe I'm biased because I was so excited for him in it, but he delivers a great performance, especially during this scene at NOPD. Then there's the great Rosario Dawson. She was just as great as Danny, but has an extra layer because she's involved in some of the funnier scenes, but also plays the emotional scenes great, which I didn't expect. Lakeith is really good with her in those scenes too, as he thrived in the emotion during this movie with his wife's death, making him a key target for the Dark Spirit. Chase Dillon gave a really great performance for a kid actor here in both the emotional and comedic scenes, and Owen Wilson is pretty good in his role as a fake priest, especially towards the end once it's revealed he's a fraud, as he plays that part really well. And finally, Jamie Lee Curtis gives a really good performance as Madame Leota in her crystal ball. As I said, this cast is absolutely fantastic and a big reason the movie works so well. I could easily see a lot of the heart and humor falling flat without these wonderful actors delivering the lines. That being said, the director Justin Simien deserves a lot of credit because this movie is shot and put together really nicely. It gives kind of a classic horror vibe at points, but I'd say probably lands as a comedic thriller because I don't think the horror was over the top. It's much more of a goofy, scary situation, which is not a bad thing because it plays. Allowing the comedy to flow through the scary moments was a good choice, and there were one or two jump scares that got me, but overall pretty goofy horror vibe. Now they also incorporate the emotion into the horror because Crump manipulates people into being willing to die because it's the only way he can consume them and turn them into like his goons, I guess I'll say. The storyline of Ben overcoming his grief and then becoming the father figure to Travis, helping him get past that as well, was really touching. Having seen the movie, I do absolutely understand Disney's decision to release this in the summer because it's not really a Halloween movie, in my opinion, but it's a good movie nonetheless. As always, though, I want to know what you guys thought about the movie, so let me know down in the comments below. And if you're interested in more reviews, especially lots of comic book stuff, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out and make sure you have a great day.